Why do you think that co-education is not important and disadvantages for the student?
They developed mutual understanding toward each other.
Whereas girls are ignored and they are provided extra relaxation, some loose regulations, etc.
Good evening, everyone. And once again, we are in front of you with a group discussion. And this time, the motion is co-education. We have two teams of class 9 divided into 1 and 2. One team will going to favor the co-education and second will oppose it. So first and foremost, I would like to ask you, Akshit, you are going to favor, I think? So Akshit, you tell me, why do you think that co-education is advantageous for the students?
Sir, co-education is a system where both the genders participate in a same learning center or educational institution. In this process, both the genders would benefit equally in learning or attaining knowledge from the institutions and each other. This method of education, even though is becoming common all over the world, but there are still some parts of our country that don't support it and are not ready to believe it to be for the betterment of students.
No, Akshit, you are explaining the co-education. I want you to highlight some advantages. You are favoring it.
A good education system is said to be progressive only if it respects both the genders and giving the same education under a single roof. Co-educational institutions help in laying the foundation for both the genders to learn how to coexist with respect and dignity.
So you are talking about coexistence, respect and dignity. I want to ask you one more question that is creeping into my mind, that why a student needs to learn all these things, coexistence and dignity and respect. According to me, as far as I know, a student joins any institution just to gain some academic knowledge and just go out for work.
Coexistence is pretty much important as parents expect their kids to become a socially idle because after their education they have to show this coexistence, respect and dignity towards their female colleagues, because otherwise they could not at all exist there because there is no option for single gender employees in any of the fields.
So that's very great point. Thank you so much for giving me. So Dipanshu, he is saying that a student must learn coexistence, dignity and how to respect the opposite gender, because it is very important when after completing his studies he has to join a work firm at a platform, and there it is very important to learn. So what do you think? Why do you against this topic?
Sir, the advantages what he is talking about are at the cost of a certain risk, and the one that broadly seen is chance of a distraction. Teenage is in a very dangerous phase in anybody's life. It is very common among teens to undergo psychological changes when they are in company of the opposite gender and feel attracted towards them, and especially at a crucial stage where they are in a process of defining their career path. It could cause lots of distractions and might disturb their knowledge gain period. Hence, parents often wonder if co-education institutions would be right choice for their kids to learn or whether they should avoid it.
So Dipanshu, you are talking about that students get distracted in co-education. Can you please explain what are the reasons, what are the root causes, why they distract actually?
Sir, according to my experience and some causes that I have seen tells that mostly bad companies by which a student is surrounded by plays in a significant role in his or her distraction.
Thank you so much for giving me this nice point. So Naresh, he is saying that some bad boys, a company of bad boys, if a student is surrounded by them, then chances are there of distracting him. Why do you think that co-education is advantageous?
Sir, co-education allows both the gender to mingle with each other and to coexist with respect. By the process of getting mingled under one learning institutions, they developed mutual understanding toward each other, and there is no place of hesitation and partiality among the gender while they are performing activities just like cultural, academics, sports, and people get to know how to respect each other and their emotional level, and you get to know each other and develop ability to accept them as they are. This also helps whole your life as you will be equally regarded from the ladies in your family and at your work site, and chances are high to have a successful social life.
So that's very great point. So Prem, he is saying a coexistence teaches how to respect opposite gender, how to respect ladies especially, and chances are high to have a successful social life. Why do you think that co-education is not important as disadvantages for the student?
Sir, I think co-education prevents a sort of gender discrimination. I've seen in a co-education class, teachers and PTAs are softer for girls in comparison with boys in terms of scolding, rebuking, punishing, all that. Boys are treated in accordance with the norms, whereas girls are ignored and they are provided extra relaxation, some loose regulations, etc.
So don't you think you are just expressing your jealousy toward the opposite gender, toward the girls especially?
Not at all, sir. Seriously, I have seen girls are always motivated by teachers, by their families, relatives, etc. Whereas we boys are not comparatively inspired. We, on the contrary, even our parents and relatives always compare our abilities with others, and sometimes when they come to compare our potentials with any girl classmate, seriously, it make us feel very dull.
Thank you so much. So, Pankaj, directly or indirectly, whatever you can understand, he is saying, he is expressing his jealousy, I have understood. So, he is saying that when parents come to compare our potentials with a girl classmate, it makes us feel very hurt. So, what do you have to say?
So co-education helps to overcome the fear of opposite gender. In general, there are a lot of difference in the behavior of both gender which bring fear hesitation in striking a conversations. It's also develop a self-esteem among genders. Self-esteem is essential and has to be built in a good way. Man, the best place to start with it is learning institution where you can face all type of personality in your early life. Co-education learning centers help you to develop maintaining for their dignity and self-esteem. Many institutions give extra attention to the students, one who feel that they are less worthy than other, and offering counseling sessions to building up their personality and making them stronger to face all world.
So, Pankaj, you are talking about some fear and hesitations. Would you please explain? I would like you to highlight these, which type of fear and hesitations you are talking about.
So here in co-education, students have an opportunity to uproot the fear, hesitation and shyness as well. Because I will experience a lot of students shy to the classmate of opposite genders, and it especially happen with the boys. They naturally feel ashamed and shy while expressing and clearing their doubt queries before girls.
So Pankaj is saying that there are some students who feel very shy while clearing their doubts, while asking the queries in front of the opposite gender, in front of the girls. So Nitin, you tell me, why do you still think that co-education is not at all beneficial for the students?
Sir, co-education provokes unethical activities. Crime have become common when we put both the gender in same education environment. There might be lot characteristic change among boys and girls. When they mismatch, some ferocious kids tend to commit various harassment, physical toughness and emotional stress to people around. The weaker one can suffer lot at the hand of opposite gender, pushing them into depression and psychological problem. Hence, the people are hesitated to support co-education system because to ensure that their kids are in a safe environment, and this is especially for girls.
No, Nitin, you are talking about some mental stress and some physical toughness. Would you please explain? I couldn't understand.
Yes, sir. Co-education causes that type of gender discrimination. Quarrel among the peer is very common to be it at workplaces, home, and education institution. This may be happen due to no proper understanding, misconception, miscommunication, no respect to other gender, ignorance, and uncomfortable. We hear a lot of news that comes on internet about how the opposite gender are abusing each other at workplaces and education institution. Hence, I think that it is a type of gender discrimination.
Oh, so that's great a point. So he is saying that there are so many side effects what he talked about of a co-education system. So according to him, same gender education system is better for a student's overall development. But one more, I have heard the points of all the favoring and opposing team. But one question is still ringing. It's creeping into my mind that if there are so many disadvantages of co-education, then why the CBSE favors co-education? Can you please give me any perfect reply that why CBSE favors co-education? Is there anyone who can give me the answer? You? Okay, you go with it.
Sir, the facts that my opponent has kept are absolutely right. So I strongly support co-education. Co-education plays an important role in the character building of an student as well as developed healthy interaction between both the genders. That's why CBS favor co-education.
Oh, that's great. So again, you are talking about that coexistence regarding and respecting the other opposite gender. It is only possible in co-education system. So that's great. Thank you so much for attending this very nice debate, and your points were really very effective and very knowledgeable. So this was the debate, and thank you so much for attending us.